Hi, welcome to Story of Ancient China. I'm Andy. From this day on, I will tell a series of ghost stories from ancient China. But I didn't make up these stories. They are from a classical Chinese fiction called Strange Tales from a Lonely Studio. The book was written by Pu Songling over 300 years ago. There are almost 500 ghost stories. Our first story is Kao Cheng Huang, the examination for being god of a city. There was one scholar named Song Dao. One day he was sick and stayed at home. He saw a policeman holding a document in his hands. The policeman led a beautiful horse with a white strip on its head. He said to Song Dao, "Please take the examination." Song Dao replied, "How can I take the examination without the judge?" The policeman didn't say anything. He just urged Song Dao to depart respectfully. Song Dao put himself together. He rode the horse and followed the policeman. The route was unfamiliar. They arrived in a big city. It looked like the capital where the emperor stayed. After a while, they went into a city hall with magnificent palace. There were dozens of divine officials sitting in the hall. Song Dao just recognized Guan Yu, because he was a god worshipped by Chinese people over 1,000 years. Under the roof of the corridor, there were short desks and short stools for the two candidates. There was one scholar, Mr. Zhang, who had already sat there. Song Dao sat next to him. There were brush, ink, and papers on each desk. Soon, the examination paper was passed down. They need to write a composition according to the title. The title was One Person, Two Persons, Care and Careless. The two scholars finished the composition and handed over the papers to the officials humbly. In his article, Song Dao wrote a few words like this: "One person did good deed with care. Even he did good things, he should not be rewarded. Another person did evil deed without care. Even he did bad things, he should not be punished." The divine officials all admired his article. They summoned Song Dao into the hall and said to him, "There was a vacant position of god of a city in Henan province. It's suitable for you." Song Dao just realized that he had passed the exam. He kneeled down and kowtowed to thank to the officials. He sighed with tears in his eyes. "It's a great honor. How can I refuse? But my mother is 70 years old. No one would take care of her if I traveled to Henan. Please allow me to take care of her until she died. Then I could assume my post without worries." There was one godlike divine official in the hall. He asked someone to check Song's mother's lifespan in the Book of Life. One official with a beard browsed over the Book of Life and reported to God. She still got 9 years of life. When God was hesitating, Guan Gong said, "We can ask Mr. Zhang to substitute for 9 years." After 9 years, Song Dao could take over the post. The god said to Song Dao, "You should go to Henan immediately according to the law. However, in order to commend your filial piety, you could take 9 years off. Then we will summon you again." The two scholars were dismissed and kowtowed to the gods. Mr. Zhang held Song Dao's hands and saw him off all the way to the suburbs. They talked a lot and got to know each other. They wrote poems for friendship before said goodbye to each other. Song Dao just remembered 2 lines. "There are flower and wine in every spring. There are no candle and light in bright night." Song Dao rode the horse and headed home. When he arrived at home, he was just like waking up from a dream. As a matter of fact, he had died for 3 days. His mother heard the groans in the coffin and took him out. He couldn't speak until hours later. He asked people about Mr. Zhang and knew that both they died on the same day. Song Dao's mother passed away 9 years later. He buried his mother, cleaned himself. Then he went into the house and died. Song's father-in-law lived in the west gate of the city. Suddenly, he saw Song Dao rode a beautiful horse and followed by a procession of servants and horses. He went into his father-in-law's house and bowed to him. Then he left. The family was shocked. They didn't know that he had already become a god of a city. They went to Song Dao's hometown and were told that he had died. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's story. If you would like to know more about Chinese culture, you could find me on YouTube. Story of Ancient China. I'm Andy. See you next time. Bye bye.